Hey guys, Reginald Duck here, back today with another deck profile. So I've got one of the more competitive decks I've ever featured on the channel. So I've got the Rikka Sunavalon deck. It's really fun. It's actually quite consistent, and the way it removes cards from the field, plays around tier, plays around whatever else. So let's get into it. So for the main deck, we've got 3 copies of Sunseed Genius Loci. This card is literally just a vanilla, but it enables the entire combo, lets you search 2 plant monsters and gets you the link 4 and whatever else you need. So really good. You want to play 3. You could side one out if you really need to get like hand traps in or something, because you are also playing 3 unexpected die, but you do want to see this card, so 3 copies. Got the 1 copy of Sunseed Twin. This is your Garnet of the deck. You have a searchable spell that summons this just from the deck, so it can't summon it from hand. But for example, if you open unexpected die, you can just normal summon this to get the effect. So it's usually fine, but try not to draw it. Best advice. Then for the Rikka cards, we've got 3 copies of Princess. This is both an extender and a hand trap. So you can summon it just for free, but you're locked into plant monsters while it's on the field. And then if it's in the hand or graveyard, you can tribute a plant, shuffle it back into the deck to negate a monster effect. So it's really good. It's just a negation from grave after you've detached it. Really cool. It does not destroy, so you can use it to negate like Kit Kalos on field, for example, and it won't destroy it and let them mill 5. So really good. 3 copies of the Rikka Petal. This card is really good. It's part of your combo. You summon it from the deck, helps you search a Rikka card. Also, in your opponent's end phase, if all you control is either plants or no monsters, it summons itself. And that's every time, it doesn't get banished afterwards. So, end phase, summon it, your turn, search a card for free. Really good. All the Rikka monsters lock you into only summoning plants for the rest of the turn. A lot of the Sunavalon cards lock you into only summoning plant monsters from the extra deck. And then you've got 2 copies of Mudan. This card is insane. You can tribute a plant, special summon it from hand, and then its other effect is you can, when it's summoned, search a Rikka spell or trap. So you tend to grab the field spell off this. It's a really good extender. You can, if you forget to search off this in your combo, you can always summon it again and search later, so that's really good. 1 copy of Snowdrop. This card's really good. Basically what this does is you can tribute a plant, summon it and another plant from hand, so they both just summon at the same time, and then this can target one other plant you control. All plants you control become that level, so it helps the rank 4 plays and stuff, but you just have to play the 1, I feel. 1 copy of Primula, the Rikka Fairy. I kinda don't like this card sometimes, but you need more level 4s to be able to target with the Snowdrop to go full combo, and it can help you just make like a Strenna, for example. So it's still okay. So when a card is tributed, you can summon it, and then it can target a Rikka and increase its level by 2. So you could, for example, make the Mudan become a level 8. So that's always good. And then for the small Therion engine, we're playing 2 copies of Therion Lily. If you already open a lot of your Rikka engine, there's no point searching more of it. You might as well search this, or if you just hard draw it, that's also fine. So you can just summon it by attaching a plant from grave, send it to search Discoloseum, activate Discoloseum, search Regulus, summon Regulus, attach this. So if you've not used any Rikka effects yet, you're not locked out of plants. You're not locked into just plants. So that's cool. 2 Lily. Also it's level 8, so you can actually use the Glamour to search this and Snowdrop, which comes up in like a lot of games where you don't get your full combo off first turn. You can sort of keep going next turn. 1 Therion King Regulus, it's just an Omni Negate, summon it from hand and then equip the Therion Lily to it. It does not destroy, so again it's good against tier, for example, just negate an effect. And then for the spells, we've got 3 copies of Unexpected Die. This card is insane. If you control no monsters, summon Genius Loci from deck. Genius Loci is full combo, so you want to play 3 copies, has no cost or anything, which is always nice. 1 copy of Sunvine Sowing. You can search this off your link 1, and basically summon Sunseed Twin from deck, and you can take 1000 damage. But then that would trigger the link 1, which makes you gain 1000 damage. So you gain 1000 health, and then, well, life points, and then that will trigger and summon a guy from extra, so it gets you, basically you get 4 materials, so it's really good. 3 copies of Rikka Glamour. This card is insane. Hard once per turn. It's just a searcher, so you can activate it, search a Rikka card, or you can tribute a plant to add a Rikka card and a plant of the same level. So it could be another Rikka card, or you could add, for example, Rikka Petal and Loci. You could add Lily and Snowdrop. It's really good. So you want to play 3 copies. And then this is probably the best card in the deck. 2 copies of Rikka Concon. Only playing 2 because it is searchable. But basically, you activate it. If you control a Rikka card, a monster, you can set a Rikka card spell trap from deck just straight onto the field. So you can set either Glamour or Sheet. And then once per turn, you can, if you would tribute a plant monster, tribute your opponent's monster as if it was your plant monster. So you can use it for Glamour, tribute their guy, search 2. You can use it for Princess, tribute their guy, negate an effect. Absolutely insane. The effect to tribute is only soft once per turn, so if you tribute one of the guys, activate another Concon, you can tribute another guy. So really good. Got the one Therion Disco, just part of the combo. You don't want to draw it, but if you do, it doesn't really matter, I don't feel. So 1 copy. 1 copy of Called by the Grave, because it's just an insane card. I don't always like this against Ishizu tier, because like you can't hit the Ishizu stuff because they'll just chain it to the Called by, but it's still good, I feel. You don't want to get your Link plays actually ashed, because it can hurt quite a bit, or like someone hit with an orange light the other day, which was well annoying. So 3 copies of Talents as well, helps you play through. You can either rip the hand apart if you can play through a lot of hand traps, or you can for example just draw cards if you really don't feel you can extend through. You can just do whatever you need, so really good. 3 copies of Dark Ruler. Yeah, you'll probably lose about 50% of die rolls, I reckon, averagely. So you want to play cards who go in second. Dark Ruler is not particularly good against the deck, but it's good because you're not necessarily wanting to OTK, but you can tribute your opponent's entire board and end on 7 interactions, so you've basically won anyway, so it doesn't matter that you skip your battle phase. Well, don't do damage. And then for the traps, we've got 1 copy of Rikka Sheet. This card is insane. You can activate it. A monster on the field that your opponent controls cannot activate its effects this turn. You can also tribute a plant when you activate it, and then you take control of that monster and it becomes a plant. So the reason this is good is you can tribute one of your opponent's monsters to steal the other one. So against Sprite, for example, you get rid of 2 level 2s, the turn probably just ends right there. So 1 copy of Sheep, and then we've got 3 copies of Rivalry of Warlords. This card is insane. Basically every card in your deck is a plant except Regulus, but just 3 copies. I find it's quite good against tier. I played this deck at locals, went 2-1 recently at the local hobby league, and this was really good against like Punk. You had Xiamin and the one that fusion summons, and I know he was about to fusion summon for a fish, so just flip this and his turn just ended. So 3 copies. And then last I've got 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. I do like this, it's the only proper like hand trap I do main deck. Obviously I play the Princess, but I mean like actual hand traps. So it's pretty hard to interact with. I mean, you can't Called by, you can't monster effect negate it. Generally I actually save this for my turn, so I use it more like a chalice than anything. So if you've got a Baron on board, I'll draw, I'll imperm the Baron and then I'll go off. So I think it's really good for that, but also if you go first you can just set it. So really good. That's it for the main deck. And onto the extra deck, got 3 copies of Sunavalon Therion. This card is insanely good. You could probably play 2, but I do like playing 3 because I mean, I don't really have a 15th card to play, otherwise I could probably cut one, I feel. But for your main combo, generally you need 2. So if this one gets stopped, you could always use your other 2 next turn, I suppose. But basically, you summon it using Sunseed Genius Loci, and it searches the Sunbound Sowing. You activate the Sowing, it will summon Twin from deck, Twin would activate, Dryas would activate, Twin summoning back Loci, this summoning out, I think it's called Thrasher, and you've got 4 link materials already, so that's 3 copies of that. 1 copy of Sunvine Thrasher. This also does have an effect where it gains a load of attack and stuff, and you can make it attack multiple times, but as part of your standard combo you just summon it out for free and then link it off for Jasmine, so really cool. Play the 1. Sunvine Healer. Feels like a bit of a wasted slot because you literally just use it as a combo piece once. Basically it helps you trigger the Jasmine because you gain 300 life points and then you can search off the Jasmine, but I mean literally all it does is gain 300 life points, but you have to play it, so 1 copy of Healer. Can't do the combo without it. I'm playing 2 Jasmine. Sometimes I find people like just out the Jasmine on summon, and then if you can sort of make your way back to it you can still win, or I'll just use it again next turn because you do end up linking off the first one, so you can always make a second one. This card is absolutely insane. In your combo you get to use both effects. You get to search a plant, and then also you get to tribute a plant to someone from deck, which then gets you another searcher, so basically it searches 2 cards. It's really good. 1 copy of Sunavalon Melias. This card is insane, and basically the main reason you use it is you link for this, and then if you've got Loci engraved it summons it back, so it's just a stepping stone into a link 4 really quickly. Also it can make monsters attack multiple times, but that rarely comes up, you just use it for link climbing usually. 1 Bengalancer the Resurgent. This card is really cool. It's a link 4, I can take damage to return a card on the field and opponent's monster to the hand basically, to take damage equal to its attack. So it's a quick effect, I can just bounce cards. Also if it's in the graveyard I can banish 2 link monsters that add up to 4 to summon it back, but banishment leaves the field. So basically it can, well it's Resurgent isn't it, it comes back. So 1 copy. 3 copies of Rikka Queen Strenna. I find a lot of times you can overextend in this deck, and if I was only playing the 2, use 2 in your first turn, and then this. Otherwise you can't actually get back into your Rikka cards sometimes because there's not really that much recursion in the deck, at least not for your big monsters and stuff. So 3 copies of Strenna basically. Detach, add back a Rikka card or a plant monster, and then when it's tributed for a plant you can special summon a plant monster from your extra deck using this an XYZ and use this as material, so it helps you get like your Snowdrop out in your opponent's turn and stuff, so really cool. Helps you play around Dark Ruler as well, because if they negate your board and you tribute this off, summon out the new guy's not under Dark Ruler, so really cool. Okay, next one. 2 copies of Teardrop. A lot of people only play 1, but when I got this deck it came with 2, and I think the card's insane anyway, so figured I might as well use it. Basically it's a rank 8. Detach, tribute an opponent's monster. If it's got a plant as an XYZ material, which obviously they all are, then it becomes a quick effect, so you just tribute your opponent's monster for no effect. Also, when you tribute a monster, this card gains 300 attack until the end phase, so it's really good, probably the nicest artwork in the deck as well. Just absolutely insane, but I love this card. And then lastly we've got 1 Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton. I've always liked this card, but there's never a good deck to summon it in because it's just rank 9 and not VFD, but you can cheat out the extra deck by using the Strenna to summon this out. It gets the Strenna as a material, so basically in my turn if I activate for example a spell, it can attach a spell from grave to it, or a monster or trap. Then in their turn it's a negate of whatever I'd attach. They activate a trap, I'd attach a trap negate for example. So you try and get this with a monster and a spell, which you can easily do in your first turn. So that's it for the extra deck. I'm just going to show off some of the side deck cards I was playing for Hobby League. The reason I'm not going into detail is because I hated my side deck. I felt these did nothing. I would rather have Cosmic. I was also playing Bestials and DPE, not DPE, sorry, DD Crow. But Ghost Bell, I put it in, didn't draw it. Bestials were not even that good because the tier player I faced just didn't hit any tier cards, and obviously the Bestials can't banish the Ishizu cards. The only round I lost was against Runic Nichoria Ishizu, and honestly that Runic Fountain must have drawn in 15 cards. I just could not out it, did not see any back row removal at all, so I would much rather just play 3 Cosmic and be able to out the Fountain. The game would have probably been winnable if you wasn't drawing 3 cards every single turn, but oh well, that guy 2-0'd me, it was brutal. But other than that, I think the deck went really well. The side deck needs a lot of work, but please like, comment, subscribe, tell me how you've been playing Rikka Sunavalon, any little techs you've thought of. I thought about playing Cactus Bouncer, but it's kind of gimmicky, but I mean it is kind of hilarious at the same time. So please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.